Hello and welcome back to MLB Simulated. Today we are going to be going through the April 7th, 2023 simulations. Now just couple quick updates from yesterday's video. So you may have noticed that I accidentally gave the Tampa Bay Rays a loss. I did fix that. I did make sure I went back in and noticed that they did not play a game yesterday. So they were at 4-2, which means I did fix it. So they are adjusted to be a half game above Boston and Toronto for the division lead. Also, we did have two games yesterday here that would not load correctly for us. So what we're going to do, I thought the most fair way to do this really is just go in. It was the Marlins-Mets game and the Orioles-Yankees game. So here's the picker wheel, as you can see. And then what I did is I just adjusted it for how many wins each team had this season. So as you can see here, the Marlins, they have 4 wins this season. The Mets, they have 2 wins this season. So what we're going to do is it's a 4-6 chance it's the Marlins, 2-6 chance it's the Mets, and this will be for yesterday's game. And then after that, here we go. We'll just update it into as if it was like yesterday's game, if you know what I'm saying. So this will be the first one that we have to do, and hopefully that doesn't happen for us tonight, but you never know, and I think this will just be the way I do it out. So it actually will be upset, but it will be a win for the New York Mets. So going down, this is an NL East divisional game. This will put the Marlins at 4-4 and the Mets at 3-5. So the Mets would stay where they're at, and the Philadelphia Phillies would just move up behind the Braves. And we just copy paste that over, and there we go. All right, so the second game we had was actually the Yankees-Orioles game, and here in the AL East, you can see that they're tied for fourth with a record of 3-3. So they're gonna have it's gonna be pretty even on who wins this one between Baltimore and New York. And here we go, maybe. It's getting there. So it looks like we're gonna be landing on the Orioles. Sorry for the pause there. Gives the Orioles the win here, and that means we are done with that. So just to confirm with you guys, we'll be giving the Orioles a win, which will actually technically put them with Boston and Toronto, and the Yankees will be last with a record of 3-4. So if anything, we'd just be changing this to be into second, actually, because weirdly enough, like I said, I'm going by alphabetical order by city. So this would be that's what the AL East would look like, and then again in the NL East with the Mets and Marlins game. We got a win for the Mets and a loss for the Marlins. But that is not the main focus of the video for today. The main focus of the video for today is these games here, simulating these for April 7th. And we will start with the Rangers and Cubs. So the Rangers and Cubs, hopefully we don't have issues. We will not for this first game. We are going to have a good start for the Cubs, 2-0 after 4, up 6-0, but they do give up a couple, but they will give a couple in the late innings, but they will beat out the Rangers 4-2. So that will give the Cubs a good win right there. Going to the AL West to give the Rangers the loss, that puts them at 4-3, and it gives the Cubs a win, and they actually will most likely stay in first place in this division with a record of 5-2. So there is that. And then Mariners at Guardians, a 4-3 Mariners team and a 3-4 Guardians team. Again, no issues, so that's pretty good. Good start for Cleveland, 2 innings, and they got 2 runs there. After 4, they're up 3-0, and they're going to actually hold off Seattle for that to be the final score. Guardians 3, Mariners 0. So it will give, going up to the AL West, the Mariners their 4th loss of the season. And it will give the Guardians their fourth win of the season, so both will have a record of 4-4 after this game, and this is the second series that the Guardians and Mariners are playing against each other. Our third game here will be between the White Sox and Pirates. White Sox slow start, Pirates slow start. It's a 2-5 team and a 1-5 team. So here we have the White Sox going up 1-0 in the second, and then the Pirates answering in the fifth to make it 1-1. And the White Sox going up 2-1 in the seventh. The Pirates, tying it up in the ninth to make it 2-2, and then walking it off in the 10th to win this game 3-2 over the White Sox. Great game for the Pirates there. They needed that one. I can tell you that. So AL Central, we're already here. We can just hand the White Sox their sixth loss of the season. Not a good start for the Chicago White Sox. But in the NL Central, we will be able to give the Pirates their second win of the season, and hopefully that helps them out. Maybe start a little run to get back about .500 here. So our next game will be the Royals at Giants. The Royals 4-3, while the Giants are struggling at 2-4. This game in San Francisco. Royals 3 runs in the second inning, and then they give up 2 in the fourth and fifth to make it 3-2. But they will hold it off for there. That ending right there, Royals 3, Giants 2, pretty close game. Another win for the Royals. So going down the NL West here, just because it's closest, the Giants will fall to 2-5. And I remember just a couple years ago when they were the number 1 overall seed in the National League. Man. So, anyways, speaking of differences here, Royals 5-3 here, and then I'm thinking 1-5. I think is what it is in the current MLB standings. So obviously way better in these simulations, but you never know. Oakland Athletics at Tampa Bay Rays. That's our next game. The Rays currently have a record of 4-2, I believe is what it is, while the Athletics are also 4-2. I'll have to make sure though. And the Rays do start off up 1-0. They give up 2 in the fourth and fifth combined to make it 2-1 Oakland, but then they come back and make it 2-2 in the eighth before giving up 2 in the top of the ninth to the Athletics. So the Athletics go in and beat the Rays on the road 4-2. So what that does is going down the AL West, that gives the win to the Oakland Athletics. So they improve to 5-2, trying to miraculously chase down Houston here. And then up in the AL East, it gives the Rays their third loss of the season officially this time. Not an accident here. So there you go. And then our next game up is Padres and Braves. So Braves 4-3, Padres 5-2. This should be a fun one. It is in Atlanta, and they do start off up 2-0 after the third inning, and then they make it 3-1 after the fifth. It's 4-2 after the seventh, and that's how it ends up being. Braves 4, Padres 2. There you go, win for the Braves again. So I think that's the second day in a row they've beaten the Padres in that series. So they go from 3-3 to 5-3, starting to hopefully create a little bit of separation there in the NL East. And the San Diego Padres will still be in first here in the NL West no matter what, but they are taking their second straight loss. They go from 5-1 to 5-3, just like the Braves. So our next game up is the Cardinals and Brewers. Both teams in the NL struggling. The Cardinals are 1-5, and the Brewers are 4-2. Game in Milwaukee, and the Cardinals 2-0 after the second inning, but in the fifth to make it 2-2, they give it up. In the sixth, it's 3-2 Brewers, but the Cardinals in the seventh tied up back up at 3, and ends up being that way going into extras until in the 13th. The Cardinals go 4-3 and hold off Milwaukee in the bottom of the 13th. 4 extra innings to get a 1-run win on the road to the Brewers. Cardinals get their second win of the season, much needed for them, and the Brewers will fall to 4-3. So it will create the separation there between the Cubs and Brewers officially, and them not just being tied. But the Cardinals do tie up the Pirates to remain tied for fourth in that division. So moving on here, 3 more games. We got the Nationals at Rockies here. For our next game up, both teams are doing not so hot right now. 2-5 for the Nationals, 3-4 for the Rockies. Entering this game is at Coors Field though, and looks like it's top of the fourth. Nationals go 3-0. In the bottom of the seventh, the Rockies get 3 of their own to tie back up, and then walk it off in the bottom 13th. So again, another 13-inning game here. After 4 extra innings, the Rockies walk it off at home in Denver to beat out the Nationals 4-3. So a good win for the Rockies. I'm pretty sure that's also their second straight win. Going up for the Nationals here real quick, though. The Nationals fall to 2-6, so officially a whole game behind the Mets. And then, of course, the Rockies improving to 4-4 to be 500 on the season. They will appreciate that. And we are moving on to 2 more games. Blue Jays at Angels. The Angels 2-4 to start. The Blue Jays 4-3 to start the season as of right now. And then here we go. So looks like Toronto went up 2-0 on LA in the top of the 4th. And bottom of the 7th, the Angels answered. And then we have an extra inning this time, only one, where the Blue Jays get the run and hold out the Angels in the bottom half of that inning to win the game on the road in Anaheim 3-2. Good one for the Blue Jays right there. I think they kind of would, want that and keep pace here in their division. At 5-3, they are literally sitting at tied for 4th going into the day. There's a good win. And then the other half of that was oh gosh, hold on. I honestly forgot. There it is, Angels. Yep. And the Angels, another loss. They get down to 2-5, so they're starting to fall behind the AL West, which seems to be has the most range for our divisions so far. And then our last game is the LA Dodgers at the Arizona Diamondbacks from Phoenix at Chase Field. Both teams in the NL West. Both teams are 3-4 entering this game. Second series they've had against each other today, or not today, this season so far. So scoreless until the bottom of the 7th when the Diamondbacks score, and actually are going to hold it off. That's going to be the only run we have, and it will be 1-0 Diamondbacks. And there it is. That the Diamondbacks beat out the Dodgers 1-0, and we will go down to the NL West, and they'll be up to 4-4 with the Rockies, while the Dodgers will fall to 3-5. So we'll just go from the bottom up this time. This division does not need any formatting changes. This one doesn't as either. This one 5-3 to 4th. This one is also fine. Like I said, this one AL West has most range here, 7-1 to 2-5 is what it seems like. But they also are good. Glad I was able to get that out of the way yesterday. And then this division is also good. I think we're going to have all 6 divisions be good. Just have a game updated for them. Except for this one. This one's going to be the only one that changes because the Blue Jays is so tight as of right now, even with the Yankees at 3-4. But the Blue Jays taken over with a win here as they improve to 5-3. And then everybody else, except for the Yankees, is currently 4-3. But yeah, again, even with the Yankees at 3-4, they're just right there and in striking distance. So, yeah, that is what the AL East looks like after April 7th. So again, there you go. There is your MLB simulated standings and your MLB simulated update for April 7th. I hope you enjoy this one. Let me know if you think I should be doing anything not really different, but if you can see if you can give me any tips on how to make these a little bit more quality and just, like better for you. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you tomorrow.